For over 3 decades, paleontologists have been locked in one of the fiercest debates in dinosaur science. Was Nanotyrannus a distinct species, or just a teenage T-Rex? The answer could rewrite everything we know about the apex predators of the Cretaceous period. And in 2025, scientists finally have their answer. The story begins in 1942, when paleontologists unearthed a peculiar skull in Montana's Hell Creek Formation. It looked like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but something was off. This creature was far too small, its skull measuring just 3 feet long compared to the 5-foot giants of adult T-Rex specimens. For decades, this mysterious fossil sat in museum collections largely ignored. Then in 1988, paleontologist Robert Bacher examined the specimen and made a bold claim. This wasn't a baby T-Rex at all. This was an entirely different species. He named it Nanotyrannus lancensis, the Dwarf Tyrant. But not everyone agreed. Critics argued the fossil was simply a juvenile Tyrannosaurus, caught in that awkward teenage phase before reaching full size. The debate raged on for over 30 years, dividing the paleontology community into 2 camps: Team Nanotyrannus versus Team Juvenile Rex. The key question was simple but critical. Were these differences caused by age, or were they evidence of a completely separate species that lived alongside the most famous predator in history? In 2025, a team of researchers from the University of Oklahoma and the University of Bath published groundbreaking findings that may have finally settled the debate. Using advanced CT scanning technology and bone histology analysis, they examined multiple specimens previously labeled as juvenile T-Rex. What they discovered was shocking. The bone tissue showed growth patterns inconsistent with juvenile dinosaurs. These animals weren't teenagers still growing, they were adults, fully mature predators that just happened to be significantly smaller than Tyrannosaurus Rex. The evidence kept mounting. Nanotyrannus possessed distinctively different skull proportions. Its snout was narrower, more blade-like. Its eyes faced more forward, suggesting enhanced depth perception for precision hunting. And most tellingly, its teeth were more numerous and more closely packed than any T-Rex specimen ever found. These weren't just cosmetic differences, they represented fundamentally different hunting strategies. While T-Rex was the bone-crushing heavyweight champion, built to take down massive Triceratops and Edmontosaurus, Nanotyrannus was the agile ambush predator, designed for speed, precision, and calculated strikes. Think of it like modern Africa. Lions and leopards share the same territory, but they don't compete because they hunt differently. Lions take down wildebeest and buffalo through raw power. Leopards target smaller, faster prey through stealth and agility. 70 million years ago, Hell Creek Formation hosted a similar dynamic. The confirmation of Nanotyrannus as a distinct species changes everything we thought we knew about late Cretaceous ecosystems. For years, we imagined T-Rex as the sole apex predator, the undisputed king. But the truth is far more complex. Some scientists now theorize that Nanotyrannus may have hunted in small groups, using coordinated tactics to bring down prey. Their smaller size would have made them faster, more maneuverable through dense forests where the 5-ton T-Rex couldn't follow. They filled an ecological niche that T-Rex couldn't occupy. But here's the truly fascinating question. What happened when these 2 apex predators met? Were they rivals? Did they avoid each other? Or did the smaller, faster Nanotyrannus actually pose a threat to juvenile Tyrannosaurus? Bite mark analysis on some T-Rex juvenile fossils suggest violent encounters with other tyrannosaurs. Could those attacks have come from Nanotyrannus? Was this dwarf tyrant actually hunting the children of its larger cousin? The evidence suggests it's possible. The Nanotyrannus revelation is part of a larger story about tyrannosaur diversity. We now know that the Tyrannosaur genidae family was far more varied than we ever imagined. From the massive Zhucheng in China to the Arctic-dwelling Nanotyrannus, to the recently discovered Spicamelus with its bizarre shoulder spikes, the Tyrannosaur family tree keeps growing more complex. Each new discovery forces us to reconsider long-held assumptions. The age of dinosaurs wasn't a simple story of a few iconic species. It was an intricate web of specialized predators, each perfectly adapted to their environment, each filling a unique role in prehistoric ecosystems. And the discoveries aren't over. Right now, somewhere in the Badlands of Montana, Wyoming, or Alberta, the next game-changing fossil is waiting to be found. Perhaps an even smaller Tyrannosaur. Perhaps evidence of pack-hunting behavior. Perhaps something we haven't even imagined yet. The confirmation of Nanotyrannus reminds us that paleontology isn't about finding the right answer once and moving on. It's about constantly questioning, constantly testing, constantly refining our understanding as new evidence emerges. 70 million years ago, in the twilight of the dinosaur age, the forests of Hell Creek were ruled by not one, but two tyrannosaurs, the giant and the ghost, the heavyweight and the hunter. And after 3 decades of debate, Nanotyrannus lancensis has finally reclaimed its place in history. The creatures may be extinct, but their stories are eternal.